All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is Dave Nadler with the National Weather Service here in Peachtree City. I'll be leading today's special weather briefing for North and Central Georgia. Appreciate you all taking the time this afternoon to join us. So let's go ahead and jump right into this complex scenario. Hopefully everybody can hear me and see my screen. All right. All right, so we are, sure, as we've been talking about, we are looking at the potential for a significant winter storm. And the looks of that and the confidence of that is starting to increase, especially for parts of North Georgia later this weekend. It's a very complex situation. You're hearing us talk about a lot of that. The details still need to sort of unfold. But we are looking at the potential to see like a mix of wintry precipitation likely over a 24-hour period, beginning sometime Saturday night and continuing basically through Sunday night or Sunday evening before things start to dissipate and move off to the east. I know everybody's really anxious about how much snow and ice we could see across the area. Those are the types of details where, yes, we have a forecast out on it that I'll show here in just a few minutes, but there's a lot of uncertainty with how much and exactly what areas see the ice and snow. But a lot of things are pointing to the potential for significant ice accumulations where some parts of northeast Georgia could see more than a quarter of an inch of ice out of this system. And on top of that, some areas could see more than 3 inches of snow, if not even higher. Again, there's some models certainly out there producing pretty significant snow amounts and ice accumulations with this system. So we'll try to fine tune the details. We're definitely going to fine tune the details over the next couple of days. But right now, we'll give you sort of our best guess. All right. So here is this is basically the weather surface map for Friday. The system that's going to affect us later in the weekend is going to be dropping down out of the northern high plains, basically over the Dakotas, western Minnesota. We're going to watch that basically drop to the south and east as we head into Saturday. Gets a little bit farther to the south over the Central Plains, mid-Mississippi Valley. We're still on Saturday. For the most part, the weather across the area is going to be pretty quiet. We are going to start to watch some of the effects of that sort of backdoor cold front or that wedge front drop in from the east, on the east side of the Appalachians. That's going to start to take shape late Saturday into Saturday night. And then by Sunday, this is where everything's really starting to come together. And so many things could change even on Sunday. But that's when we expect most of the weather and the impacts to really get going across the area as the low pressure area drops across the southeast region and then moves off the Atlantic coast by Sunday night into early Monday. So we've talked about this sort of wedge front, this cold air damming. It's been a while since we've had a pretty significant winter event, so we did want to talk a little bit about what this means. So basically, if we have a strong area of high pressure that sets up over the northeast states, the mid-Atlantic, with a real cold air at the surface, what happens is the flow around the high sort of banks up along the east side of the Appalachians, and it sort of allows that colder air to the north and east to sort of filter down the east side of the Appalachians into parts of South Carolina and North Georgia, northern and eastern parts of Georgia. So that's exactly what we're looking at. And with this system approaching, and this high sort of setting up over the northeast, it's really going to be a question of the timing, like how fast, does the cold air from the east kind of come down ahead of this system. And that really is going to be a big player and a big factor in whether, like, how much ice, freezing rain that we see versus rain, and how far south and west that freezing rain sort of gets across the area as we head into Sunday. So you can see this is Saturday afternoon. We really don't see the effects of that colder air in just yet, but fast forward about 12 hours later into Sunday morning, and you can see how quickly that shallow cold air comes down along the east side of the Appalachians across parts of North Georgia and east central Georgia. So this is a big player, a big factor that's really going to determine how much, freezing rain that we see and how much ice accumulation we end up kind of getting out of this system. Not even talking about the snowfall yet, but this is definitely a dominant factor with respect to how much freezing rain and ice we could get. So the other fly in the ointment or the variable is the warm moist air, relatively warm moist air coming in off the Gulf of Mexico as that surface low drops in across Mississippi, Alabama, and then parts of South Georgia. How much of that warm moist air overrunning the cold air kind of overlaps and turns into a pretty significant ice storm? And then the other side of that is, will the warm, if the low takes a more of a northerly track, will that warmer moist air kind of override the cold air damming? A lot of times the models have a really hard time picking up on how far south and west that wedge front gets. So, we're kind of using our experience and of course what some of the models are saying to kind of give you an idea where we think, things are going to set up Saturday night into Sunday. So these are all things, factors that we're weighing on and looking into as we head into this weekend. The other thing, of course, is the track of the low. And one of the things that's changed from yesterday is that a lot of the ensemble of the models is starting to pinpoint that surface low taking more of a southerly track, which would result in a colder, ice snow solution for parts of North Georgia. So that's something you could see a bunch of the models where the surface low on Sunday morning is kind of all over the place, from up near Tuscaloosa all the way down to like southeast Georgia. So there still is a lot of uncertainty. I mean, we're still 72 hours out from this event sort of unfolding. So again, a lot of things can happen between now and then, and they will change over the next couple of days. But we are starting to see a cluster of models starting to hone in on where this potential surface low is going to drop down and track. And it looks like it could move across southern Alabama and then into southwest Georgia on Sunday morning. Again, drawing in that colder air from the north and east, which would result in more of a potential significant ice or snow event for parts of North Georgia. This was shown yesterday, but it's a great graphic to really paint the picture of how significant plus or minus 1 degree from the surface all the way up to 4,000 or 5,000 feet off the ground is with respect to trying to figure out the type of precipitation that we're going to see across the area. And basically for all of our area, we could see any type of this precipitation between Saturday night and Sunday night. So it's one thing, it's challenging enough to just forecast snow and the amounts and duration. We're going to be dealing with the potential for snow, sleet, freezing rain, and rain across our area. So there's a lot happening. And again, just a slight, 1 or 2 degree change in the atmosphere from the ground up to 4,000 or 5,000 feet can be the difference from a cold rain to a heavy snow event. So, we're going to continue to monitor this, but we did want to kind of lay that out. And this is a really good graphic to kind of share with everybody to show you the difference between a snow event and a freezing rain event. So here's just one possible, just want to kind of show you what we could see. And this is taken from one model, but we want to make sure that you all know that we don't look at these graphics as the actual forecast, because that rain, ice, snow line is definitely going to change from one model run to another. But we feel pretty good looking at this particular model solution of what to expect from Saturday evening all the way through Sunday night into early Monday morning. So this is basically sometime Saturday evening. Most of the area is going to be dry, but we start to see that precipitation coming in from the west as that low is dropping in across Mississippi into southern Alabama. I'll fast forward into basically after midnight Saturday night into early Sunday morning. This is where the problems start originally, initially across parts of North Georgia. But it's really going to be dependent on, again, where that cold air sort of sets up from that wedge and how far south and west that wedge gets as the heavier precipitation starts to move in. So right now, the purple area is kind of a mix of freezing rain, sleet, snow. The blue is the snow. And of course, the rain is in the green area. So there's a very good chance that after midnight Sunday night or Saturday night into early Sunday morning, that purple area could be even farther to the south and west than what it's showing kind of on this snapshot right now. And then by Sunday morning, so we head into the morning hours on Sunday, you can see that that red area is the actual freezing rain ice accumulation. The purple is the mix, and then the snow is the blue area is the snow. So lots happening there. The surface low is starting to approach. The upper low is also approaching. As we head into Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening, the air mass is going to become cold enough to see pretty much all snow for parts of North Georgia as everything starts to wrap up and lift to the east-northeast across the area. So we're going to be dealing on ahead of the system. We're going to be dealing with the freezing rain and snow potential. But then as the system sort of moves across the area and the real cold air comes in behind it, we could see a changeover to all snow for a lot of north and even parts of central Georgia as well. Sunday afternoon, evening, and into the Sunday night and early Monday morning hours. So that's something we're going to continue to watch as well. So for those of you like in south of I-20 that may avoid the ice accumulation initially, you might have to be dealing with the wintry mix or snowfall on the backside of this thing as things move across late Sunday into Sunday night. And there's one last little shot. As Sunday evening, I think most of the snow shower activity is going to be confined to parts of North Georgia, especially in the higher elevations. But again, parts of North Metro Atlanta could still be in some light snow shower activity as we head into Sunday evening. And then by early Monday morning, everything, for the most part, the precip should be over by early Monday morning. But we'll certainly be dealing with the aftermath and the impacts from whatever we get on late Saturday night through Sunday evening. So here's just a quick snapshot of the uncertainty with the models. On the left, we have the GFS model, and on the right, we have more of a high-resolution model that we're starting to get into that short-range, high-res model solution, which goes out for from now for the next 84 hours, which is a good thing because we'll start seeing a few more solutions come in with the higher resolution models that we have. But you can see on the left, the GFS is certainly a little bit warmer and shows more of a, pretty much an all rain event. We definitely don't think this is going to happen, but it's out there. And then the NAM model is a little bit more representative of what we feel is going to be happening on Sunday morning, with the red areas showing a pretty broad freezing rain ice situation with the snow in blue and then the rain, of course, in the green. So basically the bottom line and sort of the driving message with this is that the differences in the models are going to continue over the next 2 to 3 days. We hope that things are going to start to come together. So that'll drive our confidence up over the next couple of days. We feel like that will happen. The big thing is try not to get locked into one solution that you see from anywhere, from TV, from social media. We'll continue to sort of narrow down the potential threats and impacts, timing, accumulations, things like that over the next couple of days. Wanted to show you the probabilities for snow. This is, again, taking sort of an ensemble of models, pulling them all together, and then giving you this best guess. Wanted to show you that on the left side there, the probability of seeing at least 1 inch of snow or more. In that red area, that's 90 to 100%. So that's taking basically a group of models, pulling them together and saying, look, this is what the output is. So anytime we start to see those probabilities with these ensembles over 70 or 80%, that gives us pretty good confidence that, we could see that, we're going to see that. So a good part of north central, northeast Georgia, even, south into parts of the northeast metro area, are running at 80 to 90% or more to see at least 1 inch of snow out of this system. And then on the right side, you see the percentage of seeing more than 3 inches of snow. So still a good chunk of north central and northeast Georgia are in that 80 to 90% or 90% or higher probability of seeing that much snow. And I threw in the 6-inch snow as well. A little bit, it definitely retreats a little bit, as you can see up in the higher elevations of North Georgia, but you can definitely see there's still a chunk of our counties in north central, northeast Georgia where we could see a real high probability of even 6 inches or more of snow out of this system. And based on that, we are considering putting out a winter storm watch for some of those counties. We've been coordinating with our surrounding offices in South Carolina, Tennessee, and North Carolina to sort of figure that out this afternoon. So don't be surprised to see that kind of come out in the next hour or so across parts of far northeast Georgia. And then if we need to expand that over the next 12 to 24 hours, we certainly will. So here's the latest, I wouldn't say the latest ice accumulation, but it's kind of what we're thinking right now. We're going to be fine-tuning this and updating this over the next couple of hours, but we feel pretty good that somewhere north of I-20 and the I-85 corridor and then up into the higher elevations of north central, northeast Georgia, we could see some pretty significant freezing rain and ice accumulation. And some spots in that darker red could be over 1/4 of an inch of freezing rain. So this could change over the next day or so. It could be farther south and west to encompass downtown Atlanta and parts of the metro area, a greater part of the metro. We definitely want to keep that. But at this point, this is kind of what we're seeing. But if you're in Atlanta or even south of I-20, I definitely have your guard up for the potential for freezing rain out of this system as we head into Sunday morning. And as far as the snow goes, this is this is ahead of the system, and then even on the back side of the system, this is what we're thinking. But again, these amounts are probably going to be updated in the next couple of hours. So don't ride home with this, but we did want to give you just a general idea of what we're thinking right now. And please don't get locked into the numbers at this point. The probabilities that I just showed you mean more than just the actual value is at this point, because things are going to change over the next day or two. And then the temperatures on Saturday night, we do expect much of the area, especially like along I-75, I-20 to the north and east or east of that, we should be at or below freezing by Sunday morning. And then as we head into Sunday, this is probably conservative, but we're looking at, some areas may not get above freezing, especially along that I-85 corridor. Parts of the north and east side of Metro Atlanta may struggle to get above 32. And if that's the case, we could see an extended period of freezing rain, sleet, or snow through the day on Sunday that would affect parts of Atlanta. So if you're north and east of Atlanta, Gainesville, Canton, up to the higher elevations, Blairsville, Hiawassee, parts of Banks County, White County, Lumpkin County, you guys are definitely going to be at risk to see some significant ice or snow accumulations. Minimum temperatures on Sunday night heading into Monday morning, pretty much a good chunk of the area is going to be below freezing. So whatever we get, whatever precipitation we get through the day on Sunday into Sunday evening, as things wind down a little bit, we'll still see some snow shower activity probably in the northern portions of the state, but that should be winding down through the evening hours on Sunday. But temperatures are going to fall pretty quickly. We should be down in the low to mid 20s overnight Sunday night into Monday morning. So that certainly that freeze factor of whatever's on the ground, melting snow, ice, whatever is going, that refreeze of whatever's on the ground is certainly going to be a factor as we head into late Sunday night and Monday morning. And then finally, we talked about the potential winds with this system. Didn't want to ignore the fact that whatever accumulating ice or snow we do get, the winds are definitely going to be a problem. With any sort of accumulation on trees and power lines, that could definitely these types of winds, 20 to 30 mile per hour gust with higher values in the higher elevations, can certainly become an issue as we head through the day on Sunday into Sunday evening. And then finally, we did want to sort of pull all this together to show where we expect like the greatest impacts to be at this time, based off of the potential for snow and or ice accumulation, the winds, the temperatures, all of that. And basically the north central northeast corridor of our forecast area stand to see the greatest risk out of this event. So basically anywhere, north of I-20, east of I-75, that, north central, northeast, east central chunk of Georgia, you guys really need to be prepared for this event. Anywhere south of I-20, don't let your guard down, especially, heading down from LaGrange to Griffin to Eatonton area. And if you're in Columbus and Macon right now, it looks like you guys will be spared for the most part, but you could see some, black ice or maybe some snow shower activity on the backside of this thing late Sunday into Sunday evening. So you're not completely out of the woods yet down in our far southern counties. Still continue to pay attention to how things evolve over the next couple of days, but definitely for areas, along and north of I-20, these are the, the areas that we're most concerned with respect to accumulating ice and snow with the wind and the duration of this event. All right, so that is it. We'll sort of summarize by what I said at the very beginning, that we, the potential for seeing a significant winter storm across parts of North Georgia is increasing as we speak now. And, like I said, we're going to keep updating everybody as we move along through the period. We do plan on doing another briefing, special webinar tomorrow. I put the time to be determined. We'll probably do it sometime in the afternoon. I'm just not sure what time yet. But those of you that are registered, you will get an automated notification for that. and we'll also send an email to make sure that everybody's kind of aware of what time we're going to be doing that next briefing. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, you can contact us on the phone. You can go to our decision support page, which will have updated snow and ice accumulation, winter storm severity index, that kind of thing on that page as well. And again, let me stop the recording right now, but we can certainly take a few questions